Have you ever wondered what life would be like as a blacksmith? It's not the stuff of grand quests or shining armor, but rather the solid, steady rhythm of work that built the medieval world. A blacksmith's day starts early, often before the first rays of light have broken over the village rooftops. The forge is a constant companion, its heat, the heartbeat of the blacksmith's life. Blacksmithing isn't about glory or song, but about skill and endurance. From the moment the fire is kindled, there's a steady hum of activity. The blacksmith's first task is to stoke the coals, pumping the bellows until the embers glow red and alive. It's a patient job, no rushing, no shortcuts, because the right heat makes all the difference in shaping the metal. The air in the smithy is thick with the smell of coal smoke and hot iron. Sparks fly like brief stars as the hammer meets the anvil. Each clang is deliberate, part of a practice sequence that turns raw iron into something useful: a horseshoe, a plowshare, a sturdy door hinge. The hammering might seem repetitive, but every strike has purpose, every motion refined through years of experience. The air in the smithy is thick with the smell of coal smoke and hot iron. Sparks fly like brief stars as the hammer meets the anvil. Each clang is deliberate, part of a practice sequence that turns raw iron into something useful: a horseshoe, a plowshare, a sturdy door hinge. The hammering might seem repetitive, but every strike has purpose, every motion refined through years of experience. A blacksmith's work is never quite finished. Between orders from farmers, knights, and villagers, there's always something to be mended or forged anew. Tools break, wagons need repair, and horses need new shoes. In this way, the blacksmith's role is essential, keeping the daily life of the medieval community moving forward. The tools of the trade are simple but vital. Heavy hammers, tongs, chisels, and punches hang neatly within reach. Buckets of water stand by for quenching hot metal, and bars of iron lean in a corner, waiting to be transformed. It's a world of sweat and precision, not of knights and dragons. Inside the workshop, the light from the forge flickers and dances on rough stone walls. The blacksmith's hands are strong and calloused, accustomed to the weight of iron and the rhythm of the forge. Muscles ache from hours of lifting and hammering, but the work demands focus. Distractions can lead to mistakes, and mistakes can mean wasted metal or worse, injury. Lunch might be a simple meal eaten beside the forge: bread and cheese, maybe a piece of salted meat. There's no luxury here, only what's needed to keep the blacksmith working. And when the meal is done, it's back to the hammer, back to the steady beat that shapes the tools and weapons of the day. As evening falls, the forge's glow dims, and the blacksmith packs away tools, sweeping the floor of iron filings and bits of scrap. The day ends as it began, in quiet routine. There's no fanfare, no applause, just the satisfaction of work done and the promise of another day. In the medieval world, the blacksmith's role was humble but vital. Their labor didn't win battles, but it armed those who fought them. Their craft didn't write songs, but it built the tools that built the world. It's a life of heat, hammer, and steady hands, one that kept the village turning and the people fed and housed. Step back in time and enter a world where the clang of hammer on anvil is the heartbeat of the village, where the air is heavy with the scent of coal and hot iron, and the flickering forge illuminates the skillful dance of creation. This is not a land of knights and fair maidens. This is the world of the blacksmith, a world built on sweat, precision, and the rhythmic pulse of the forge. Beyond the castles and battlefields, it was the blacksmith's workshop that shaped the very tools of survival. Here, the steady rhythm of hammer strikes rings out like an ancient song, echoing through stone walls and down dirt roads. It's a place of endless possibility, where raw iron is given form and purpose by hands that know their craft inside and out. In this world, there's no room for glory or tales of heroics, only the honest, patient work that keeps a community alive. Every nail, every horseshoe, every plowshare is a testament to the blacksmith's silent vow to shape the metal that shapes the lives around it. It's a world of focus and endurance, where each ember and spark tells a story of quiet dedication. Journey through this world, you'll see the blacksmith's life unfold, a life that starts in darkness before dawn and ends only when the last glow of the forge has faded. It's a life defined by repetition and refinement, by simple meals eaten in the glow of the fire, and by the knowledge that every finished piece is a mark of hard-won mastery. Watch as iron yields to the hammer's will, and see how, in the hands of the blacksmith, even the simplest of tools becomes something essential, something enduring. Welcome to the world of the blacksmith, where every spark is a promise, and every day is another chance to shape the future. What if you were a blacksmith in the Middle Ages? Have you ever imagined waking up in a medieval village, not as a noble or a knight, but as a blacksmith? You rise before the sun, the cold air biting at your skin as you pull on clothes stiff with soot from yesterday's labor. The forge waits for you, still and quiet, like a sleeping beast. You know it won't be long before it roars again. As you prepare for the day, the scent of charcoal and metal fills your nose, a smell so familiar it's become part of you. You move around your workshop with purpose, laying out your hammer, tongs, and files with practiced precision. The clang of iron against iron will soon echo across the village. Your neighbors rely on you. Without the nails you forge, homes would collapse. Without your horseshoes, carts wouldn't move. Even the local knight trusts you to keep his sword battle ready. You're not just crafting tools, you're holding the village together. As the fire roars to life, its heat wraps around you, sweat forming on your brow before breakfast. You grip a rod of iron with your tongs, feeding it into the flame until it glows red hot. Then, with steady hands, you hammer it against the anvil. Sparks leap and scatter. The rhythmic blows become your heartbeat. Whether you're shaping a scythe, a hinge, or a blade, each strike carries weight, literal and symbolic. The work is hard, sometimes dangerous, but it's yours. And when you step back and see what your hands have made, there's a quiet pride that rises in you. Later in the day, a farmer brings a plow blade, dulled and chipped from long hours in the field. Or perhaps it's a noble steward delivering a dented helmet from a border skirmish. You take each item in hand, inspecting it like a storyteller poring over old words. Repairs demand not only force, but finesse. You heat, shape, cool, over and over, reviving the metal with a mix of muscle and intuition. There's artistry in this trade, even if others don't always see it. You know it well. To be a blacksmith is to shape more than metal. It's to shape the life around you. Your hands bear the truth of your days, thick with calluses, etched with tiny burns. But they also speak of knowledge passed from mentor to apprentice, generation to generation. When you craft a tool for harvest, you think of the family relying on it. When you fashion a lock, you wonder what treasures or secrets it will guard. Every item you make tells a story, and through each one, your legacy spreads quietly across the village, stronger than any castle wall. The air teems with sound around you. The roar of the fire, the sharp ring of hammer on metal, each strike echoing with purpose. You know the rhythm well. Each pause is intentional. A breath to assess your progress before plunging the iron back into the forge, or quenching it with a hiss in the water trough. Steam curls upward, thick and fast, only to vanish in the dry heat. Your entire body feels the demand, every swing, every lift, every burst of heat, reminding you that this is a trade of both artistry and endurance. Sweat comes early. It beads on your brow and slides down your back, tracing paths through the soot that clings to your skin. Muscles burn, arms throb. The forge doesn't forgive weakness, and yet you keep going, pausing only for fleeting moments to wipe your face or step into the doorway for a breath of cooler air. You squint through smoke and sparks and return to your anvil because you're driven by more than duty. There's something deeper at play, a love for the craft and the quiet pride, knowing that what you build matters. Villagers come and go, their presence offering breaks in the labor. A farmer needing a broken plow mended, a mother asking for nails to secure her home, a night squire bearing a dented helm for repair. They trust you, depend on you. They speak with respect, not the kind forced by title, but the kind earned by years of unwavering skill. And when apprentices gather in the corner of your workshop, eyes wide and hands still unsure, you see yourself in them. You don't teach with books or lectures. You teach by letting them watch, by letting them try, by correcting gently when the iron bends wrong. The sun begins to dip, shadows stretching long across the workshop, but you're not finished. There are still tools to be sharpened, a horseshoe to be fitted, maybe a spear tip to be reforged. Your hands ache. Your back tenses with every motion. Burns are part of life here, small ones daily, and the rare severe one that reminds you how close danger always lurks. You rarely count the hours anymore, because the days blur together, all measured by the same sounds and the same demands. You don't always get paid in coin. Some pay with bread, others with cloth or favors. Wealthy clients might offer silver, but most of your work serves those like you, people scraping by, surviving together. It's more than business. It's barter for survival. And even though some days leave you exhausted and questioning, others fill you with something harder to name, a sense that you're part of something lasting. When you stoke the forge in the morning, when your tools rest just right in your hand, you feel it, a quiet connection to the elements, to time, to the heart of the village itself. This is more than work. It's a life you forged with fire, sweat, and spirit. The clang of metal greets you at dawn, signaling the start of your day with its steady, relentless rhythm. Each strike of your hammer echoes through the forge, mixing with the roar of flames and the scent of soot that clings to your skin. Your hands are rough and calloused, your arms strong, but the work is far from easy. Every swing demands strength and focus, a balance of physical power and mental grit to shape the raw iron before you. Your forge is an unforgiving place. The heat presses down on you like a living thing, and the dangers are constant. One careless moment can mean a painful burn or a dangerous accident. You know the sting of hot metal against your skin, the way the air thickens with heat that steals your breath. It's a place where caution and skill must live side by side. Yet, despite the risk, You return day after day, driven by the knowledge that your craft is essential to everyone around you. Your workday stretches long, often 10 hours or more, each hour filled with the steady pounding of hammer against anvil. Your muscles ache from the effort, your body pushed to its limits, but the satisfaction in shaping stubborn metal makes it all worthwhile. You create tools, weapons, and implements that are more than just objects. They are lifelines for your village. The sound of your hammer becomes a symphony of survival, punctuating the endless toil. When it comes to payment, life is unpredictable. Some days you receive shiny coins, other days grain, livestock, or simple barter. This irregular income means you must always be ready to adapt, knowing some seasons will be leaner than others. Though your skill commands respect, financial stability is fragile. Still, you find pride in your work, knowing each piece you forge helps keep your community thriving. Amid the grind, spirituality offers you comfort and strength. Before you even light the forge, you may offer a silent prayer or light a small candle, hoping for protection and endurance. These rituals connect you to something greater, ancestors who shaped the craft before you, and the natural forces that guide your hands. Your tools are sacred extensions of yourself, worn from years of use, but cherished as symbols of heritage and resilience. Mentorship shapes your world, too. When apprentices gather around, eager to learn, you pass on more than technique, you pass on a legacy. Teaching reminds you why you endure the hardships. It breathes new life into your craft and promises that what you've built will continue long after you've laid down your hammer. By day's end, you know you've done more than work. You've woven yourself into the fabric of your village. Each sword you repair, each plowshare you craft helps defend, feed, and sustain your people. Your hands, though weary and worn, hold the power to shape not only metal, but the future itself. The ripple effect of your work as a blacksmith stretches far beyond the sparks flying in your forge, felt across seasons and generations. Each piece you shape from fire and sweat carries a hidden weight far greater than its simple form suggests. Whether it's the gate guarding the king's treasures or the horseshoe speeding messengers across distant lands, your creations are woven into the fabric of medieval life. Though knights and kings might hold the spotlight, your strength lies in quiet resilience and lasting influence. Your forge beats like the heart of the village, a steady reminder that survival and progress depend on your skill. No feast is set, no battle fought, no festival celebrated without the subtle touch of your hands. And when the day winds down and your muscles finally rest, there is comfort in this truth. As you cool the forge and brush soot from your hands, a wave of satisfaction washes over you. Removing your work-stiffened gloves feels like shedding a layer of the day's toil. Apprentices sweep the floor, stoke the fire one last time, and together you close the chapter on another day of creation. Every tool you forged is more than metal and fire. It's a story, a livelihood, and a promise to your community. Life as a blacksmith isn't only about labor, it's about camaraderie and connection. After hours, you share tales and laughter around supper tables, discussing the challenge of a knight's armor design or joking about a project that didn't go as planned. When villagers come with requests, whether urgent or light-hearted, they bring stories too. You learn about the farmer's hopes for the next harvest, or hear a soldier's account of distant battles. Each commission is an opportunity to understand how your craft supports the lives around you. You remain an unsung hero, Knowing titles don't define you. What matters is that every spike, ring, and blade you create is a thread in the village's tapestry of survival and success. Your legacy, passed to apprentices and carried on through their hands, resonates in every hoofbeat on cobblestone and every clink of metal. As a blacksmith, it is clear your role was much more than shaping iron. You helped build the very backbone of your community. Despite the sweat, burns, and long hours, each hammer's clang was a step towards a stronger tomorrow. Now, having glimpsed your world, we appreciate the quiet power of your craft, a testament to persistence, skill, and the lasting impact one person can have across generations. Through your work, you become intimately connected to the rhythms of the seasons and the needs of the land. Spring calls for new tools to prepare the soil. Summer demands repairs to keep farms running smoothly. And autumn brings a race to ready harvest implements before the cold sets in. Each plowshare or scythe you forge is a vital part of the cycle of life, linking your craft directly to the prosperity and survival of your village. The responsibility you carry is immense. When a knight hands you a battered sword, or a noble requests armor fit for battle, you know that your skill could mean the difference between life and death. Every strike must be precise, every fold of metal flawless. The weight of this knowledge sharpens your focus, fueling your determination to perfect your craft with care and dedication. But your role isn't just about tools and weapons. You are also a keeper of traditions. The knowledge passed down to you from master to apprentice is more than technique. It is a heritage of resilience, respect, and mastery over fire and metal. You teach not only the craft, but the wisdom of patience, the importance of listening to the rhythm of the forge, and the courage to learn through trial and error. At times, your forge is more than a workplace. It becomes a sanctuary. Amid the heat and the clang of metal, you find clarity and purpose, a meditative space where the worries of the world fall away. In these moments, your work transcends labor, becoming an art form, a dialogue between you, the fire, and the iron you shape. Beyond the forge, you are woven into the very fabric of your community. You witness their triumphs and trials, share in their celebrations and hardships, and become a trusted presence in their lives. Your forge is a gathering place, a symbol of endurance and hope, where stories are told, lessons are learned, and futures are forged, just like the iron in your hands.